Everybody, welcome back. In this video, I want to talk about the different groups of the resource in the WPF project. Previously, I talked about the different resource types in the WPF, including the app resource, window resource, grid resource, and the control resource. Now, I want to group the resource with another matter. If we want to group the resources, we have two resources. The first one is the static, and the next one is dynamic. The static resource will be loaded automatically after running the application or window or grid based on the location of the resource. For instance, if you use the resource in the application like this, then after running the application, every static resource will be loaded automatically, and after that nothing happened to the value of it. Suppose you use the same color for your controls in the application level, something like this, the same tooltree including the back color, the color and the shape of these toolbars as I told you previously. So if you use the static resource for this toolbar and the next one, for instance, come over here, this one, then after running the application and starting the application, you can't change the value like the back color, the shape, the size of this in the different windows. So this is the static or the fixed, and it has the fixed value, so we can't change it after running the application or the window or the grid based on the location of the resource. Despite of this, we have another great and more flexible resource, and it is the dynamic resource. The dynamic resource will load after calling it when we want it or when we need it. So you can load any dynamic resources when you need it. For instance, if I come over here, currently the back color and the size and also the transparency of these buttons and also this panel and this panel is binded to the dynamic resource. Why? Because I can change the value of this after running the application, so I can change it easily and quickly. But I can't change any properties of this toolbar because I use the static resource for this and I use the dynamic resource for all of this. So I can easily change the value of the dynamic resource, but I can't change anything about the static resource until the next running the application or closing this form and opening it again. So this is the dynamic and the static grouping of the resource. Okay, excellent. I enjoyed. Now it's time to start our journey to the wonderland of the resource by creating our project in the WPF in the Visual Studio. I'll talk about it in my upcoming tutorial. Don't hesitate to join me. I'm waiting for you in my next and great upcoming tutorial. Thanks for your time.